Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, we've actually got to talk about something pretty interesting. It looks like gun running part 2 might actually be a thing. That's right, so we've seen this done by Rockstar in the past, whether it's really obvious with an update like Ill-Gotten Gains Part 1 and Ill-Gotten Gains Part 2, or whether it's less obvious but still a sequel with Lowriders and Lowriders Customs Classics, and then Import-Export and Import-Export Special Vehicle Circuit. If Rockstar sees that something is successful, there's a good chance that there is going to be a Part 2, and the biggest rumor is that Gun Running Part 2 is going to be a thing. Now, I don't know where this rumor has come from. Maybe it's because the community feels like there was a lot left out of gun running and that Rockstar could still capitalize on a part 2. I'm really not too sure. But we did get some concrete evidence today from one of the more reputable members of the GTA community, Bender. He's in that like 3 to 4 people group where if he says something, you know something is likely going to happen. So he stated this about 15 to 16 hours ago. He said, "What was said about gun running part 2 is true, but it's only happening if Gun Running Part 1 is considered to be a success in Rockstar's eyes. Also, the update will not necessarily be called Gun Running Part 2. It can be anything, like for Cunning Stunts and Cunning Stunts Special Vehicle Circuit. It will be released in September at the earliest, or October in the latest. It may or may not include the Hunter. Yeah, I actually have no idea. I'm just throwing this in here." So, whoa, that is pretty interesting. It seems as if the next update is going to be some variation of gun running. Now, like he said, he doesn't really know the theme, if it's going to be a true gun running part 2 that features just more of the similar content but in a new fashion to what we got right now, or if it's going to be like a completely separate update just using what we got in gun running, like a gun running special vehicle circuit. Now, to me, that sounds kind of weird, and I honestly hope that they don't do that, but that's pretty interesting right there. And the release date, too, is kind of on par with what I've said is going to be the case, is that we're likely looking at an October DLC for the next update, but he says that it could be September at the earliest. I think for me, it all depends on either how quickly or how not so quickly Rockstar end up getting all this tunables content out to the public. Then someone asked him, well, what does it mean if Rockstar considers an update a success? And he responded with, shark card sales, obviously, but also how much enjoyment it has generated throughout the community. Did people enjoy the update overall, or was it a letdown? And what's kind of funny about this is I already think Rockstar has shared their thoughts on how they think the gun running update has gone, and I honestly think that they believe it was a huge success. So this was on the latest Newswire post about the Wagner being added, the Independence Day stuff. They start literally by saying, "Thank you to the amazing GTA online community worldwide, and especially all of you enterprising criminal organization bosses, masterminding missions from your bunker, marooting in your weaponized Tampas, and boosting through the skies in your oppressor hyperbikes for your incredible support for the massive gun running update." So I already think that they believe it was not only a huge success in the community's eyes, but probably in terms of like shark card sales and everything that, you know, makes a business successful, which for them would be generating money. That's pretty interesting right there. And I want to hear from you guys in the comment section down below. Is a gun running part 2 or another variation of the gun running update something you would want to see? I think the community is going to be kind of split on this, and I'm going to be explaining my reasons in a little bit, but I definitely think this is a possibility. There's so many reasons why this could be the case. Number one, if you guys remember Agent 14's hint at the last vehicle mission, he said, well, stand by, I might have some things ready for you in the CEO office soon. So it almost looks as if Rockstar planned on making gun running expandable. For another reason, unlike import-export special vehicles and limited bunker space, the new vehicles can be expanded as much as they want since we have to store them in our garage and that they're personal vehicles. If we think about other aspects of the DLC, the weapon upgrades can obviously be expanded too. There's so many more weapons that Rockstar could apply a Mark II upgrade to, or possibly even adding new content. And that's where I think Rockstar can really shine with a gun running part 2 if that's what they do. I feel like there's so many new vehicles and new weapons that were left out, whether it's classic vehicles like the Hunter, the Rustler, maybe a Mesa Classic, a Patriot Classic. The Lost Slam Van would be a great idea for them to add, even though it's technically not even a new vehicle. There's the potential for them to add a bunch of new weapons into the game, all the cut ones like the Heavy Scar, the Assault Sniper, the XM25 Airburst Rifle, which literally all the files for that are still in the game. So that was probably the biggest thing for me that was missing in Gunrunning. That was brand new content. Yes, there was a lot of new content in Gunrunning, but a lot of it is what we've seen. Like all the Mark II weapons are just, you know, upgraded weapons of what we already had. The weaponized Tampa at the end of the day is still a version of the Tampa. The Bravado half-track is still at the end of the day a dune loader, a vehicle we've had in the game really since day one. So that's what I think Rockstar's focus for Gunrunning Part 2 should be on. New content that we've never seen before, not just Mad Maxed versions of stuff we've already had in the game. And I'm not really too sure if this quote applies, but this is an interesting comment by Mach1 Bud. He says, "You guys think we may see a 4th floor added to the CEO showroom in the future?" And his response was, "I think they are done adding personal vehicle garage space. Anything in the future will be catered to specific types of vehicles, like the special vehicles under the warehouse, I think. Also, I think we won't be seeing any more Pegasus vehicles." So that begs the question, well, would Rockstar ever add any more helicopters? Would they ever add any more boats? How would those work if they weren't Pegasus vehicles? Would they be applied to some sort of variation in our bunker? Would we ever store helicopters in our bunker or something along those lines if indeed a Gunrunning Part 2 is the case and if indeed helicopters do arrive? But let me give you guys my final opinion. My final opinion is I'd rather not. Gunrunning was a lot of fun and I enjoyed it, but there's a lot of themes, a lot of new themes that I feel like Rockstar need to explore. In my video yesterday, I talked about 5 or 6 that I think would be awesome, and you guys came up with hundreds of more awesome options. Now, obviously Rockstar has their own agenda, but I think that Gunrunning Part 2 would be cool, but it wouldn't be, in my opinion, a proper utilization of, number one, the resources Rockstar have, and number two, the time that we likely have left for Grand Theft Auto Online updates. And also, if it is indeed like a Gunrunning special vehicle circuit, I did not enjoy Cunning Stunt special vehicle circuit. So I'm hoping that they don't do a spin-off that involves, you know, just featuring the, you know, vehicles and it's a smaller update, because I really didn't enjoy that DLC. But anyways, that's all the information I've got for you guys in this video today. Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more about Gunrunning Part 2 in the comment section down below. If you guys did go to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.